Hey guys, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm going to be informing you all on the roles of the women in the French Revolution. The French Revolution started from 1789 through 1799. And the French Revolution was a movement that resulted in political and social change within France. Political, economical, social, and religious structures were destroyed. France was emerged into a new society created by the revolution. And women were constantly stereotyped in the 1700s. All women had very limited rights, and they were expected to be charming, well-dressed, and pleasant to the eye of her husband. And I got that information from an online journal that was written by Joan Johnson. During the Reformation period, a woman's role as a wife and mother became so important that it would exclude them from all areas of life and any involvement in groups or organizations. The only jobs that were available for the women were wet nurses, seamstresses, and maids, and the employments kept their wages low, forcing them to remain under the control of men. And women were barred from universities, and their education could only extend to their knowledge of traditional women's work. And when the ideas of the Enlightenment began to spread, women began to realize that they had rights too. And the history of the women's rights in Europe lays a foundation for the reasoning behind the action of the French women during the Revolution. Now, the first woman I'm going to talk to you about is Marie Antoinette. And you all may know her as the woman that quoted, "Let them eat cake." And she was a young queen that married King Louis XIV at the age of 14. And when her husband died, she took over. And as a 14-year-old, she was living a lavish lifestyle and did not realize that France was experiencing a poor harvest, which caused a financial problem and affected many people. So she fell under attack by the French people. And when she felt threatened, she would dress up to pretend to be poor, and the French people felt as if she was mocking them. So they got really upset because they were all starving. And since then, she then got convicted of high treason, and 2 days later, she was executed by a guillotine. And she was both criticized and praised, but her symbol of the European monarchy's downfall in the matters of global change. And the next woman was a French activist who wrote the Declaration of Independence, and her name was Olympe de Gouges. She wrote, in her pamphlet, she not only wanted women to have the same rights as men, but she also was able to legally enforce child support. And I found this information from an online article written by Kathleen Kuiper. The discrimination of women gave her the motivation to strongly advocate that all people need law, not just men. She was later arrested and subjected to a mock trial and was sent to the guillotine. And her legacy made it necessary for performing politics and made the impossible real for women to be equal part of society. The next woman was Mary Wollstonecraft, and she developed an immediate passion to make a glorious change to society during the French Revolution and became the founder of British feminism. And I got this information from a Britannica biography. She defended women and argued that they should all be equal to a man. And she furthered her intellectual move during the campaign for equality while being pregnant. Then she died after giving birth to her daughter due to some complications. And she strongly believed that her ideas would last and be fought for across generations and France across the world. And this next hero in the French Revolution was Charlotte Corday. She was famous for stabbing Jean-Paul Marat while he was in the bath. Sounds crazy, right? He was an activist that published many articles with lists of people that should have their heads cut off for no reason. And he became a mass murderer, which became known as the Reign of Terror. Charlotte planned to assassinate Marat at the Bastille Day parade on July 14th. The parade got canceled, so she seeked him out at his home. And John Paul Marat had a skin disease and would always take a bath and work from his home. So as she knew that, she snuck into his home, found him in his bath, and stabbed him in his chest. And she just calmly waited for the police to come and arrest her. During court, she pled guilty of killing one man to save 1,000 men. Some people supported her and some others did not. So with that, she was sent to the guillotine. And she died being known as an independent, brave woman. And because of these women, because of all these women, us women now are able to be considered equal to a man. And now we're able to attend universities, work, run for politics. And honestly, I thank them a lot because I really don't know how the world would be if we weren't able to work, go to universities or really run for politics. So again, I hope you enjoyed this information on the role of the women in the French Revolution, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.